Welcome back, fellow fighters, to another episode of Scotty Combat talking Mortal Kombat with you. And in this video, there are a lot of Wushi palettes that haven't been released yet that we have data mined that I'm excited to go over. Now, right off the bat, all these characters already have at least one or two palettes, but they're all going to have about 6 to 7 Wushi palettes. And in my personal opinion, I think the best ones are yet to come, and I'm going to share them in this video. As lately, and always, I'm on the MK grind. Get comfortable, and let's get started. The characters getting Wushi skins, if you don't already know, are Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, Raiden, and Kenchi. The first character I want to cover is Raiden, because right now he only has one Wushi Academy palette available, and I did double check, all characters do have 6 in the files right now. I'm not going to spend too much time on the orange one, we already have it. That is, it was already available in the towers at time for a reward. I want to say it was like the top 25%. I want to jump to his white Wushi Academy palette, because to me this one looks the most like Raiden. Yeah, the orange one looks really good, being the adaptation of the story mode, but seeing Raiden in a white outfit is just very nostalgic. I think it looks really good. There is a little bit of blue to it too, which is also classic, like MK2's white and blue. Honestly, I think this might be the best Wushi Academy palette for Raiden that we're going to get available. If there is going to be a runner-up to it, it's going to be the black one. I really like the black Wushi Academy palette for Raiden. In fact, I like him for every character. I just think black looks really good on every character. This is Raiden in like his emo phase, like before he goes to Dark Raiden, he puts on the black palette and he's like, I'm kind of mad, but I'm still gonna be a good guy. He still looks innocent, he still looks good. It's actually a really cool looking outfit. I would choose the white one for nostalgia, and I would say the black one so far is the best one. I would go as far as to say this skin and palette together is probably one of Raiden's best out of anything available for him in the game. Whenever this one does become available, I'm gonna jump right on it. But to shake things up a little bit, there's also one that's like green. It's like a very olive green. I don't know, this one probably sinks to the bottom for me. I don't see much hype in this one. If this is gonna be a seasonal tower reward, I hope it's not at the top because, well, part of me hopes it's at the top so I don't have to grind for it, because then I can be like, I can live without this one. Now, for all the collectors out there, I could see them being like, man, I need it, you know, I'm collecting all the Wushi palettes. And it does seem like the only way to get the Wushi palettes are through the seasonal tower or through the towers of time. But yeah, I can see this being one where someone's like, man, this palette kind of sucks, but I'm gonna have to grind for it because I collect all the skins. The next one over is red, which is, that's okay. Like, we've already seen this palette too on some of the other characters, like this is available for Kenchi right now. And again, I can't help it, I got some nostalgic feelings, but player 2 when you played MK2 would get the white and red outfit. So a little bit in that aspect, I'm like, this isn't bad. And it really is white and red, so it really does feel a little familiar. But let me finish the red one by saying I do think it looks alright. It's a decent looking palette. It's not like the olive green one. The last Wushi Academy palette for Raiden is this blue one. And the reason I really like this one is it's not just one solid color. It's like blue and turquoise. You can already see this one if you go into 2-player. I shared it in my last video. If you turn player 1 on as the orange palette Wushi Raiden and select player 2 over it, it automatically gives player 2 that outfit, so if you want to try it out, you can. I think it's pretty hard to go wrong with blue on Raiden, so I do like this palette a lot. It's not my favorite, but I still think it's a really good looking palette. Next up is the one and only Johnny Cage. Dude, why do these towers keep popping up and down? I have to keep turning my volume down, because I'll turn it up for a second for a little background noise, and look, they just keep falling. I'm not in the mood for hunting secrets. Alright, why does it keep doing that? Can they all chill for a minute? Same with Raiden, I'm going to go ahead and get Johnny's orange one out of the way. It's already available in the game. I already think it looks good. In fact, when looking at all of Johnny Cage's Wushi palettes, his orange one's probably one of his best, if not his best one. I think he has less variety. With that being said though, there are some really good ones for you Johnny Cage fans out there. And some of you guys probably already think I have a strange taste based off my last ratings, so I'm yapping too much. What I'm saying is my opinion's subjective. The orange one's really good though. That one is a solid 10 out of 10. I don't know, can I backpedal my statement? There's 2 blue Johnny Cage Wushi skins, and part of me really likes this one, and the other part of me is like, it's almost too loud. Sometimes I like really loud skins, but for the most part I usually do prefer when they're more neutral. Now the reason I like this blue one is because it pops. It's blue and red. Both the colors really stick out, and I think it looks cool in that sense. I think it'll look really good with like a vibrant cameo. And genuinely, this was really hard for me to do, but I'm gonna go ahead and rank it against the other blue palette. And it's tough, but I know myself, and I'm probably gonna go with the more neutral blue, where it's just blue and gray or blue and black. So the blue and red, I do like it. I would give that like a 7 out of 10. And then the blue and gray or blue and black, I'd give that more like a 7.5 out of 10. Now this next one's like a white and gold. It's kinda almost blue, like a baby blue / white, or yeah, you know, baby blue, white, and gold. This is a really clean skin. I actually like this one a lot. This being Johnny Cage, I think it works really well. I think these are colors that would also look really well on Raiden too. It does make me wonder which tower this is going to release in, but all around, I think this is a decent looking palette. I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. And now it's like I can smell some really good spicy chili, right? We got like the red Johnny Cage. This is good. This is like a good fighting Cage. Johnny Cage in red works for me. I know that's not one of his callback colors, and that's really not what I'm supposed to be basing this off anyway. That's more for the ninjas. It's more for the ninjas. But this one hits. It looks great. I can see this one looking really well with Sector. Shout out to 6 Speed Force, who plays a very killer Johnny Cage, and he's getting the blue Wushi skin, and he also uses Sub-Zero as his cameo. Together, those are going to look great. So that just made me think, with the red Johnny Cage, for any Johnny Cages out there that use Sector, I'm not really sure, but if one were to use a Sector with this, I think it'd look amazing. Aside from the orange one, this is the best one so far. If you want to see what Victory looks like, except it being a palette on Johnny Cage, it's this. The black Wushi Academy skin. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. This is amazing. This is the best one in my opinion. 10 out of 10, absolutely. The black Wushi skins are undefeatable. You could put this against Bowser, any Super Saiyan, John Wick. The black Wushi skins are the bee's knees. You can't beat them. This is the best Johnny Cage skin that we got so far. I really might mean that too. It might be the best skin, as long as it's got the black palette on it. This next one is tough. Genuine question, are there any Kung Lao players left out there? I never run across Kung Lao players. It kind of makes me sad because Kung Lao's not that bad of a character. He's actually pretty cool and I just never see him anymore. But right off the bat, just like I did with the other two, I'm going to start with the orange skin, and this time things are a little different. I just think Johnny and Raiden pull it off better, and if Kenchi didn't have the blindfold on, I would prefer it possibly over Kung Lao. It's OG, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Let's start with this one here. This is a callback to MK2. The blue, black, and red, this is a flawless skin. This one is just hands down amazing. I mean, really, as I'm going to review all these Kung Lao palettes with you guys, I just got to say they knocked it out of the park. This one's perfect. No complaints on this one. The next one's white. It's pretty bright, but it still looks really clean. It's a good looking skin. This is the Kung Lao who went on a spiritual journey and cleansed his soul and found himself. He looks decent, you know? Yeah, I really like it. Like 8.5 out of 10. This next one here, you classic heads know what I'm talking about when it comes to this Kung Lao. This is perfect. 10 out of 10 absolutely just off the bat. One of my favorite Kung Lao designs is that of MK3, which now they turned it into a cameo skin. I really wish we could have got that as one of Kung Lao's main skins. No complaints, it's phenomenal. That's a 10 out of 10. The next one here looks really good. It's red instead of orange, but when I say callbacks, it's not necessary for the characters to have callbacks. It's just I notice them a lot and I like when I see it. But yes, the red on its own, on Kung Lao, I think this looks pretty good. I would say I'm tied with this one and the white one. I think you guys know where this next one's going. Babe Ruth is in town hitting home runs because it is another 10 out of 10. Kung Lao has a black on black Wushi Academy palette that looks phenomenal. I really want to know your guys' takes on these black Wushi Academy skins because I just think they look so cool. I really can't wait to get this. This looks awesome on Kung Lao. It's going to look great with his hats. If you had to take a guess whether I'd choose this Wushi Academy palette that's all black versus the one that looks like MK2 or MK3, which one do you think I'm going to choose? And that's a genuine question, that's not rhetorical, because these are definitely my 10 out of 10s and they're all really good. Last but certainly not least, we're going to go for Kenchi, and I'm going to treat this one the same way I just did with Kung Lao. We're going to start with the orange one, and out of the rest of the palettes we have available now, I gotta say it's my least favorite color with what we do have, but boy does he have some good palettes. I really thought Kung Lao was going to take the cake with the best ones, and I think I might be rethinking that now, and we've already had the opportunity to unlock one of these. There's also going to be another one available. They don't look too far apart, but they both look fantastic. These are both solid 10 out of 10s. Now there's also a white one, and this one's a little different. I'm not used to seeing this color with Kenshi. It certainly doesn't look bad. It looks decent, but it's not one of my favorites. I think it looks decent. I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. And guys, I can't help it. I wasn't expecting it. They gave Kenshi 2 black palettes. All they did was flip up the sleeves a little bit and threw red on one of them, which of course looks amazing. Kenshi takes it home. He's got the best palettes in my opinion. I do wish with the orange one they would have removed the blindfold. That would have been a 10 out of 10 for me, but I'm not complaining because the rest of these look so good. And at the time of this upload, 2 of these palettes are available. Well, they're not really available anymore. You had to grab them as they were available, which means 4 of these will be coming out soon. Most of these Wushi palettes have similar color patterns, and some characters have colors distinct to their own to reflect as a callback. I want to know what your guys' favorite ones are, and which ones you don't like. I'll never get tired of saying it. You guys are awesome. Drop a like to show some love. It means everything. Subscribe if you're not already, and come hang out with us live here on YouTube. Much love, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.